Okay, I'm super pumped about this. We are going to be taking the next 20 days talking about 20 verses on gratitude. So the next 20 days are going to be about gratitude. Here's why. If you go back with me just for a second in your mind, what was this last year like? I mean, we faced so much. If you go back 1 year, we were walking into isolation. Businesses were closing. There was fear and anxiety wrapped around what are we facing? This is unprecedented. We've never faced this before. I probably, just like you, can remember the conversations around our dinner table about how we were going to handle this and trying to assure our kids that it's going to be okay, even though I had fears and worries in my own life. Maybe you can remember what it was like to be at work and the decisions that had to be made, and some of them were difficult. I still remember sitting around the boardroom table trying to decide how we were going to handle these things and what was it going to look like. I remember sitting with the staff talking about how we're going to put services online and all that, how our job descriptions changed overnight and what we were going to have to accomplish and all that the extra workload was going to be. And so when I look back at a year ago, I can easily say I was frustrated, angry at times, fearful, confused, overwhelmed. I mean, the list goes on, and I'm sure you can, in your own life, remember what it felt like. And so it's so easy to live in that space. But as we approach the 1 year anniversary of a pandemic, I've realized that I have so much to be grateful for. And so today, day one of 20 verses that we are going to talk about, I want us to look at 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 18. And here's what it says. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. You see, what this verse is trying to say is, give thanks in all circumstances. A pandemic, a bad report from the doctor, difficulties in your finances. He says, give thanks in all circumstances. When things are good and they're going the way you were hoping they would, give thanks. And so I'm reminded that this is the will of God for my life. So what does that mean? The will of God is that He desires, His wish for you is that you would give thanks in all circumstances. I believe that if we change the posture of our heart from something that's angry or frustrated with the way things are, and we change it to be grateful, that it'll actually change our mindset. And we will actually be able to walk in the freedom that truly comes from Jesus Christ. And so my prayer for you over the next 20 days is that you would start to look at these 20 verses and start to implement in your life. I am going to be a grateful person because I serve an incredibly faithful God. So over the course of this last year, I can stop and think of the provision of God and how He was there. His presence in moments that, man, if it wasn't for His presence, I don't know where I would be. I can start to think of how He's protected my family, how He's protected my church family. I have so much to be thankful for. And so over the next 20 days, would you journey with us as we start to talk about gratitude and what it is to be thankful? Now, would you do me a favor? Would you take this moment and write in the comments below the things that you're thankful for? I believe that this journey is going to help you. It's going to encourage you. And we're going to walk in God's freedom because we have identified that the posture of our heart needs to be gratitude as we walk through our lives. I hope this is encouraging you. I look forward to what God is going to do in your life through this and in my life. And so join with us as we do 20 videos on 20 days with 20 verses on gratitude. God bless you, and I can't wait to start this journey.